Hi, I'm Neil, and in this video we're going to look at some top tips if you're a tarp user. Stay tuned. Autumn's a funny time of year. Weather can change really quickly. This year is particularly mild, but then you can suddenly get a cold snap. And it can also be very wet. Because it gets so wet, I tend not to go anywhere without a tarp. My tarp I keep in my outside pocket. That way, wherever I am, even if I'm just out for a day walk, I can stop and put some overhead cover up, and I'm protected and I'm out of the rain. If you also are a tarp user, then we've got 3 top tips for you. So, top tip number 1. Go and have a look at our how to rig a tarp video. In that, it shows you lots and lots of different configurations. But the other thing it shows you is to only have one line permanently attached to your tarp. Okay. For the remainder, then we use these lengths of paracord with a little wooden toggle, and all you do is pop those through the loops on your tarp. What this allows you to do is instantly to change the configuration. You may not want a standard apex setup like a suspended tent. You may want a diamond setup, or you might want one that makes the best use of a fire. You may turn up at a site and there only be one tree. Whatever the configuration, using these little toggles makes a lot of sense. Top tarp tip 2. Instead of using paracord on your toggles, I've set mine up with this stuff. It's still strong, but it's much more compact and it's much more lightweight. And it's this stuff, builder's line. It's as cheap as chips, comes on 100-metre reels, and it comes in a selection of nice bright colours, so you don't trip over your guy lines once you've set your tarp up. Top tip number 3, if you're using the toggle system, those loops that are on top of your tarp, the suspension loops, are actually redundant. If your tarp is one like mine, it's the sil nylon one, then it's proof throughout. It's not just proofed on one side, so I can suspend it upside down, and that has a couple of really good advantages. So there you go, tarp all up, ready for anything the weather can throw at me. But this time, instead of the suspension loops being on the outside, they're on the inside. And here's how we're going to use them. So, our little loops are now on the inside. How are we going to use them? Well, with those days shortening and the nights getting longer, quite often we need a little bit of illuminated space under our tarp. And yes, we can use a head torch, but I like to have a nice little area light. So I've got one of these, and all it does is clip up onto there. And it's not just lights. Here I've got my little transistor radio, all protected from the weather, underneath my tarp. But yeah, I could run a line from one tree to another directly underneath, which is okay for heavier weight items, but you still get water travels down, it can drip onto your hammock. With this, everything's tucked away underneath the tarp. I hope you found the top tips useful, and if you're a tarp user, get out and give them a try. If you did find it useful, then remember, press that like button. Also remember, if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel, and above all, spread the word, let everyone know. And until next time, stay safe.